What's up, kings and queens? It's your boy Dan from Daft Previews, and on my last video, those picks absolutely sucked. I went 1 on 3 on those picks that I shared, and I deserve all the trash talk you're willing to give out, so don't be shy in the comment section. Let me hear it. I read the script completely wrong in that Dream vs. Liberty game. I faded Canada and she killed it. I went safe with Brianna Stewart, knowing well and true that Sabrina and Jonquel Jones were going to have a better game in game 2, and I got absolutely cooked. I don't even want to talk about the play that won because it just doesn't matter at this point. Bad day for me. We're not going to blame the players here. I ended up making those selections and they weren't good. One thing I also want to do is apologize to you. If I gave you the impression that I was going to be right with every single pick that I gave you, I do apologize, because according to my tracker, and I do track every single bet that I make and every single one that I give out, I'm only right on these player props at 58% of the time. So I'm bound to have some bad days. It's not going to be the last time, but I'm here to give you all the value I do have. I've researched some picks for this upcoming set of games. We've got the Fever versus the Sun. We've got the Lynx versus the Mercury. Let's go. So talking Indiana Fever versus the Connecticut Sun. Firstly, let's jump into the box score of that last game, get a good read of who played well, who didn't, and who's going to be better. Connecticut Sun won 83-69. This game honestly went exactly how I predicted it, which is probably why I was able to sweep on all of my bets on this game. Now, what adjustments are going to be made? Well, I think the Fever, they can definitely be better offensively. They didn't turn the ball over too much, which is pretty good. They somewhat limited their turnovers, only 13 turnovers in that game. At the same time, they shot terribly from the floor, 40% from the field, 21% from deep. I also think the Connecticut Sun, they're probably bound to get some regression here offensively. Bonner went crazy, 22 points on only 11 shots, and Marina Mabrey went nuts, 27 points, 5 from 12 from deep. So they shot 50% from the field, 50% from the three-point line. So I think this game is probably going to be a little bit closer than that first one, but I still see the Sun coming out on top in a closely fought game. Now, jumping into the box score here, what are the key things that stick out to me? For Boston, she had 11 rebounds, strong rebounding night. And if I'm expecting the Connecticut Sun offense to slow down a little bit, Aaliyah Boston could get even more rebounds in game 2. Kelsey Mitchell from the Fever, 9 from 20, led the team in scoring and in shot attempts. It's going to see high volume again. She shot 2 from 10 in that last game. So I'd assume here that the only way is up for her. There's potential for a lot more. But Caitlin Clark struggled offensively. A lot of those shots she should have made, to be honest. So I think she scores more than 11 points, but isn't going to be enough to cover her points line. That I'm not sure about. But her assist line is quite promising. 8 assists in that last game, and the Fever didn't shoot the ball very well at all. To add to that, they've dropped her assist line to 7.5. It's juiced to the gills, but I think Caitlin Clark could have a good game there. Looking at the Sun, we've got Dawana Bonner. Overperformed for sure, 22 points. She's been struggling since the Olympic break. She's going to get some regression, but I still wouldn't bet her under. We've got Alyssa Thomas. She had a triple-double. She filled up the stat sheet as I predicted. I don't know if she does the same type of damage, but her line's moved up. I don't know if I can take the over, but I definitely want to bet the under. We got Brianna Jones, 4 points, 5 rebounds in 26 minutes. She always struggled against the Fever and taking the under. Definitely a smart play, and it's something that I'll talk to you guys a bit about soon. And Dejanay Carrington. Missed some easy layups in that last game. Still finished with 14 points. Made her only three-pointer. Rebounds pretty decent. One thing I'll call out, Dejanay Carrington was not the main defender on Clark in that last game. It was Dawana Bonner. So Carrington to get some more rebounds. That could also be a good look. And then we have Marina Mabrey. Absolute beast. 20 shot attempts. The Fever are going to make some adjustments. So I'm thinking, could an assist play for Mabrey? Could that be an angle? Tasha Harris most likely misses this game with an ankle injury. So Mabrey going to play another 30-plus minutes. So, yeah, I think assist for her could be a good thing. So we're jumping into Outlier. If you did not know, Outlier is my go-to tool to researching all of my player props. If you're interested in checking out this awesome tool, there's a 7-day free trial in the video description below. Do check that out. First player that I am betting on for sure, we're looking at Aaliyah Boston here. So I spoke a little bit about her rebounds. The player that I'm ultimately looking at is this. Over 23.5 points and rebounds. Sorry, 22.5 points and rebounds for Aaliyah Boston. The rebound line is at 8.5, and I do like that, but it is quite juiced. So I'm going with a points plus rebounds. She pulled down 11 rebounds in game 1. The Sun shot 50% from the field, and they shot 50% from deep. I do expect some regression there. So there should be more rebound opportunities for Aaliyah Boston. So I do like that. The Connecticut Sun, they don't allow too many rebounds. But if you use Outlier here, you can see guards don't rebound very well. Forwards don't, but against centers, they score and rebound quite well against this Connecticut Sun. Brianna Jones is going to be her main matchup here, and she's not going to stretch the floor. So Aaliyah Boston to be in good position to get a lot of rebounds. Brianna Jones doesn't run too many pick and rolls either. So Jones will sit on the block, and that leaves Boston in prime rebounding position. So I definitely love the rebounds there. In terms of scoring-wise, the Suns, they were quite aggressive with Caitlin Clark. That opened up a lot of opportunities for Aaliyah Boston. She took 14 shots in that last game with a relatively strong percentage. Let me have a look. Eight made shots on 14, so 57% from the field. I think she's going to continue to see good looks in this particular game. It just comes to her staying aggressive and making these shots. So she's going to have all the opportunity in the world here, Aaliyah Boston. She just needs to stay aggressive and get with it. So I like her chances to go over this, and I am expecting a very strong rebounding night from her, that's for sure. So she doesn't necessarily need to cover her points line in order for this points and rebounds to cash, because I do think she goes over those rebound lines anyway. The next pick that I have in this game, we're looking at the big girls, aren't we? B. Jones is what we're looking at. So I've made a lot of money betting on Brianna Jones. And for those of you who have been following for quite some time, you would have made a lot too. Not long ago, we were hammering the over on Brianna Jones points and rebounds, and we were cashing. There would have been at least 4 to 5 bets where we took Brianna Jones. In this particular game, we're looking at the under, unfortunately, for her. 18.5 points and rebounds. The main reason here is she struggled against Indiana all season long. Check that out. 5 games against Indiana this year. She went under her points and rebounds prop in every single one of them. The reality is this isn't a good matchup for her. The Fever, they play too fast. And they got Aaliyah Boston's fat ass on the block to limit Brianna Jones down low. So one thing you probably would have noticed is when Alyssa Thomas or whoever drives to the rim, Aaliyah Boston, not necessarily a rim protector. So it's not easy for Alyssa Thomas to find Brianna Jones under the basket for some easy layups. So I think the matchup for her is just awful. The Fever, they're going to play really quick as well. And if the Fever start to run, which I think they need to in order to stay competitive in this game, it makes Brianna Jones' life a little bit harder. So I do like her under in points. I like her under in rebounds. So I'm taking them both. But if you only have the one option to play, I would say taking the under in her points is probably the safer look. Rebounds can happen real quick, especially if you only need 5 or 6. There are other leans that I had in this game, but I don't want to get absolutely crazy with it, right? Because this is the playoffs. Teams make adjustments, and I don't want to get caught up in the smoke again like I did in that last set of games. So they're the two that I have for you. Let's jump into the next game. Up in the break real quick to remind you guys, sign up to my free winnable. Won't cost you a damn cent. And the reason why you need to sign up to my free winnable is I'm going to share one of my sets of parlays on this upcoming set with everybody who are on the free plan. I give out all my straight bets for free, but when it comes to the parlay science that I tend to do, which separates me from everybody else, that's what makes my VIP so special. So I've got 2 different sets, which means there's 2 different parlays and different risks. I'm going to be sharing one of those on the free section of my winnable. So check that out. Hit that link in the video description below. Subscribe to the free plan. It won't cost you a damn thing. And you'll get one set of the parlays that I do have. Let's get back to it. So next, we're looking at the Phoenix Mercury versus the Minnesota Lynx. Now, the Minnesota Lynx defense, pretty poor in this game. They let the Mercury back into the game. They had a 50-27 lead before halftime. They took their foot off the pedal. And you know what? They came back. Got close. So I'm expecting a locked-in version of the Lynx, but at the same time, the Mercury could take some confidence out of game 1. Let's review the score for any insights. All right, so the Lynx won 102-95. A lot of offense from both teams. Brittany Griner struggled, and she struggled a few times now against the Lynx, so taking an under for her could be a good look. Diana Taurasi had 21 points, shot the ball extremely well, 50% from deep and from the field. I don't think she can replicate that, but I'm not that confident in taking her under. Natasha Cloud exploded 33 points, 23 shot attempts in this game. I don't think she scores that much in the next game, but I think given her volume, the over could still be a good look. Kalia Copper, we took her under in that game, which just cashed. It was a bit sweaty. She finished that second half extremely well. I think if she can carry that type of momentum into this next game, an over on her could be a good look. For this Minnesota Lynx team, Nafisa Collier had 38 points, 19 shots, 14 free throw attempts, absolutely feasted. Inconsistent play throughout the season, but the playoffs could be the key to keeping her aggressive for a full game. So over 22.5 points for Nafisa Collier, could be a good look. Now quick on Carlton and McBride. So they're both shooting threats. There are going to be opportunities. I, however, can't bet on either one of them, though. They take very similar shots, and either has potential to really explode offensively. So Carlton had 12 points. Her line's usually at about 10. McBride had 20 points. Her line's normally at about 16. Yeah, I think we'll probably score 20 in this game, but I couldn't tell you which one. So similar shot profiles. McBride definitely more active, which is why her line is a lot higher. But at the same time, if Bridget Carlton gets hot, she just won't stop shooting. So Williams, so she filled it up. 8 assists, 6 rebounds, and 9 points. They have a 3-guard rotation, so she doesn't play very big minutes. She only played 25 in that last game, so probably only pencil her in for 25 to 30 minutes again. I don't know if she can replicate the rebound and assist effort, but I will tell you one thing. That last game was a very high-scoring game and one that not many people expected. I expect the Lynx to lock up defensively and really improve in that aspect, so I think rebounds could be a good look in this game. If you're looking at Minnesota Lynx players, that is. Some rebounds. I know Collier didn't rebound extremely well. 6 boards in that last game. She could get a lot more. But let's get into my pick, shall we? So for my first pick, I'm looking at Brittany Griner. And I'm looking at taking under 14.5 points for Brittany Griner. And let me explain why. So 5 out of her last 10, 15 point as an average. I'm not too concerned with that. The key reason here is that she struggles against this team. Check it out. 4 games against the Minnesota Lynx this season, including the playoffs. Under in all 4, 11, 10, 10, and 10, right? Averaging a bit over 10 points per game against them. The Lynx, they do lack size down low, but they do make up for it through a lot of double teams and a lot of quick rotations. Natasha Cloud, Dana Taurasi, and Kalia Copper, they're seeing heavy usage on the perimeter when these teams play. Griner then becomes the 4th option. Not only does she fail to get the volume that she needs, meaning the number of shots, but her shooting percentages against this team are terrible. Let's have a look at it. 6 attempts, 13, 10. But look at these percentages: 50, 29, 23, then 30% in their most recent game. Now, talking about the other players within her team, we saw Natasha Cloud had a ton of success in that last game. Copper started to find her rhythm late, scoring the ball, and Diana, she'll throw whatever she can see. She'll just keep shooting anyway. So I see the Mercury, I think, probably looking to work Copper into the game a lot more. She's their top scorer on the season. Really show it late in that game. So I don't think Brittany Griner gets you the ball that she needs to cover this 14.5 points. We know she's not going to get the rebounds herself offensively and put that shit back. So I'm happy to take the under here on Brittany Griner in a game that I think Minnesota are going to dominate. Now, despite Minnesota going to dominate, doesn't stop me from betting the over on some of these players for the Mercury. And I'm going with Natasha Cloud on this one. And it's purely because I was able to get in early enough, I would say. Some got on a little earlier than me. So points-wise, her line is currently 11.5 at the time that I record this. But I will let you know, this did arrive at 10.5. So a lot of people get it at 10.5. By the time I locked in, 11.5. Now, she had a massive game. She was a problem. 33 points. 33 points in 23 shot attempts in that last game. This line is going to move quickly. She's covered 11.5 in 3 straight games against the Lynx, 14, 12, and 33. The Lynx are definitely going to devise a plan to slow her down in this game too. That's a guarantee. But 12 points, I still think that line's too low, given she's going to play 35-plus minutes. She'll probably take 15 shots. And I don't think she gets remotely close to the 33 points she got in game 1, but I'm not betting on that. But how do I not bet this with a line set so low at 11.5? Like, even throughout the regular season, what did she average? 12 points per game in the regular season. What did she average when she plays more than 35 minutes? Let's check this shit out. If she plays more than 35 minutes, she averages 15.8 points, covering this in 11 out of 16 games. So these plays are somewhat correlated. If Brittany Griner is going to suck total ass, then Natasha Cloud's going to have to put up some points, right? But there is a world where Brittany Griner plays amazing and Natasha Cloud doesn't shoot it, and then I'm going to absolutely bang on both sides. But it's a risk that I'm willing to take. So in terms of leans, though, so I do like Natasha Cloud to go over, Brittany Griner to go under. I think Nafisa Collier to get some assists is probably a good look. I was close betting on this, and I probably still will. But her line's at 3.5. It's a plus money play as well. 4 assists in that last game. She just scored 30-something points, so chances are the Mercury devised something to get the ball out of her hands. And if she's passing the ball a little bit more than she once did, then more assists should come from it. So Nafisa Collier over 3.5 assists, I think is a good look. That's just a lean for me right now. I'll probably incorporate into some of my parlays. We shall see. But this is the playoffs, and I don't want to get absolutely crazy with it. So my strategy in these playoffs is to pick my 4 favorite picks, right? Probably 2 from each game. pick my 4 different picks, get my value plays from it, run those value plays at half a unit, and then combine my value plays together at a quarter of a unit, and then hit some extra smoke and get real risky with it. Run a quarter a unit on each risky parlay from each game, and then combine those to play it at a tenth of a unit. So that's my staking strategy within these games. If we split and we go 2 and 2 on straight picks, but we hit a value play, we've already made profit. But there are times where we hit all of our value plays, or we hit all of our straights, or sometimes we hit the real risky stuff. And that's what this game is all about. I'm not going to be profitable every single day, and I know that, but I've got a strategy that allows me to bet on some risky shit without risking my bankroll. But as I said, check out Winnable, sign up to my free plan. You don't have to pay a cent for it. One of the sets that I do run, I'll share with you guys on there. So feel free to check that out. I appreciate you guys if you made it this far. Don't forget to roast me because I didn't win all my bets yesterday. I know, it's ridiculous. No one expects me to, but at the same time, if I cost you some money, you have every right to be disappointed. But at the same time, this is sports betting, right? You're not going to win every single day. You just got to have a clear mind, follow your strategies, and over time, things are going to work out, right? So I'm still 20 units profit on the WNBA. Oh, probably more than that. 20 units profit on the WA in September. Looking to make it our third profitable month in a row. But I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.